So our guy Peter sent us this video during the break from a Twitter account of a praying mantis eating a murder hornet. And, dude, he's taking him out like a Triscuit.
Right.
Like it's
not
nothing.
No bite. Like, come on, you're a murder hornet. You got to at least get a sting off or something, huh?
Hey, congratulations, murder hornet. You think you've scared me? Tobin Residence has just invested in 8 praying mantises. We're good. Not scared of them anymore.
It's amazing because guess what? Praying mantis, not poisonous or doesn't sting.
Doesn't need to. It's got those claws, dude. It's got those claws. I mean, if murder hornet is the Khabib of the animal kingdom, I mean, maybe the mantis is Tony Ferguson.
No.
The mantis will get you. It'll make it. I mean, he is decapitating this thing. It is so gnarly.
It's like he's eating his face.
Yep. I'll tweet it out. You guys can see it at 790 the ticket if you guys want to see the murder hornet get decapitated by a praying mantis. It's pretty awesome, not gonna lie. You guys can check it out there, or Brendan_Tobin on Twitter. Check it out there. So this made me happy, Leroy. This shows leadership. This shows greatness. This shows face of the franchise stuff. Tua Tagovailoa has reached out to his teammates, texted all of them to introduce himself. My guy. You know what that is? That is infiltrating the Fitzpatrick lair of good locker room guy. You know, it was easy. Let me tell you something right now. It was easy for Ryan Fitzpatrick to out locker room guy a guy like Josh Rosen. Josh Rosen's a sourpuss. Okay, might be a nice guy, but you're just like, Rosen. Hey, everybody, Rosen's here. All right. But Tua Tagovailoa, that guy, he oozes charisma, all right? It's like the Macho Man versus Hogan. Like, you go out there, you have a guy who's just like, he just oozes charisma. And so now Ryan Fitzpatrick is in there with a fair fight. Somebody who can also get the locker room excited and rally behind him. Now, all of a sudden, he's got somebody worthy of a matchup.
All right. All right.
You sound like Josh Rosen.
Yeah, because here. How can I put this? Things are great when you're not playing football. Because you can't screw it up. Right? There's guys that you have for example, if Tua sits a whole year, we're always going to think highly of him. That whole year. Because this is the plan. This is the plan. Because how we think. But you look at a person like Justin Herbert, who needs us to change what people think of him. He's itching to play. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, Tua's itching to play.
No. But what I'm saying is, until he plays, the attitude and the way people think, namely you, is unbelievable. Here's what Leroy does. Leroy waits until they play, and then they judge their football abilities based on when they play and how they play.
I can only judge what I can judge. I can only judge what's going on right now. And what I see right now. If it's not
football, you can't judge nothing.
Sure I can. Because last year, the locker room wasn't won over football. It was won over character. It was won over who can rally the troops. Was it not? Flo wanted a guy who could rally the troops. He wants a guy who people will follow. A guy people who he looks to as a leader. And Fitzpatrick was that over Rosen last year. It's a big misstep of Josh Rosen. He went out and he criticized Josh Rosen's body language. He criticized Josh Rosen's personality. All within weeks is going out there and hosing the guy down. If Tua's going out there right off jump, boom, and he's texting everybody and he's saying, "Hey broskies, what's going on? You want to have like a virtual happy hour? I'll play my ukulele. I'll sing you some beautiful songs. We'll have some hard seltzers, whatever. Just a couple broskies, just broing it up. Him and DeVante are hanging out. Then all of a sudden, you got old man Fitzpatrick. All of a sudden, yeah, he's the charisma guy, but he's the old man in the room. I mean, like, here comes old man Fitzpatrick. What's he going to talk about? The stock market? Bet he hasn't watched it. Bet he hasn't even watched Ozark yet. Old man.
He's got to have something to do while he's eating all those cakes.
Fitzpatrick seems too smart for Netflix, doesn't he? He's a Harvard guy.
No, he watches documentaries.
Oh, he's like Bobrovsky, watches the smart movies.
So why? See, this is your fault.
What?
This is your fault. Okay. Leroy always a negative Nancy. I'm not being a negative Nancy. Is it okay for me to? I'll pass judgment on a player when he plays.
It is.
It's not being negative.
It's fair. It's fair, but we don't have football right now. So I'm asking you to judge. I'm asking you to judge the maneuver by Tua. Does this seem like he's infiltrating, trying to take away Ryan Fitzpatrick's locker room because he knew that Ryan Fitzpatrick took over the locker room last year with his rah good character and his beautiful beard, and he's trying to take a little leak on his territory.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't. Yeah, the silly talk. Look, everybody knows what the situation is. Ryan Fitzpatrick is the quarterback until Tua is ready to play. Now, nobody knows when that's going to be, but Tua is the quarterback of the future. We all know that. We all understand that. We can all get excited about that. Okay? My only judgment of Tua is going to be on the football field.
Yeah, but you ever see those situations where a young lion tries to come into the pride? He has to impress the other lions, okay? You can't go in there and be a mopey lion. You gotta let your mane shake out, Leroy. You know, show who the top cat is.
Oh, here we go. Leroy, is this Debbie Downer thing a stick? We've won 5 bleeping games last year and got the best quarterback in the draft. Have a drink. It's not too early. Like, I'm not questioning any of that. I'm Debbie Downer because I say I'm not past judgment on a player until he actually plays?
You've told us, and this is your words, not mine, that you guys loved Bernie Kosar, all right? And that it hurt when Bernie Kosar was taken away because he was the rah-rah guy. So
No, he wasn't a rah-rah guy. He was a really smart, really good football player.
Cool. So if a young lion comes in there and he wants to take over for Bernie Kosar, he's got to exude a little bit of charisma.
No, he just has to play better than Bernie, and then they'll get rid of him.
Right, but there's no football right now, so we're looking at where can you win off the field. You know, who can win the Zoom meetings?
You can't win any games off the field. You until you actually compete. Look. Here's all I'm saying. The problem is this. The problem is this, okay? Is that you are so consumed by every little thing. And you think all these hold on. Let me ask you a question. You think this is going to win any extra games for the Dolphins by Tua doing this? Because most quarterbacks do it. Most quarterbacks do it, and I'm probably sure somebody told Tua, you know what you need to do? Reach out to your teammates.
Nah, see, here's where you're wrong. Because Tua, it was known that Tua would go around Alabama, and you imagine hanging around those slimies, right? Hey there, Tua, roll tide! He still went around and thanked everybody, thanked the librarians. Who thanks a librarian? Hey, look, mean. I mean, he thanks everybody on campus. Hey, thank you for everything you did. Okay? Thank you. And now he comes in, and what's he doing? He's saying, hey, what's up, DeVante Parker? Hey, what's up, Gesicki?
The fans will turn on him if he can't play like nothing.
So
let me explain something to you. Here. Is it safe to say everybody loves Tim Tebow? Great guy. Rah-rah guy. Got all the tools to be a quarterback except actually playing quarterback. And as much as people love Tim Tebow, guess what determined his fate? His ability to play football on the field.
Yeah, but Peyton Manning took over for him.
His ability to play football on the field, in the end, is what determine what kind of quarterback he is. Now, if I choose
This guy's not
to
Tim Tebow,
use
though.
that,
He's not Tim Tebow, though. He's not Tim Tebow.
I'm not saying he is. All I'm saying is all these little.
And if anything, can I say this?
Sure.
Tim Tebow's lack of football playing ability, to think about how bad he was at football and yet won as many games as he did, being
He
that
won
bad
as
at
many
football-
games.
Won a playoff game. Like, winning those games, being so terrible at football,
Wait.
that all basically built on belief and your teammates rallying around you is quite impressive.
He didn't win as many games as Vince Young.
No, he didn't. But that was Jeff Fisher's fault. Jeff Fisher's a top bastard.
Okay. I'm just saying, like in the end,
I'm not
Tim
going
Tebow played
7-9.
longer than he should have because he was a great guy, not because he
But-
could play quarterback.
Understood. But he was so great a guy, it overtook his lack of football playing ability.
Okay.
Because there's been
we
John
just
Beck.
said hey dummy, we just said the same thing.
I don't think we did. And imagine John Beck being a great guy, right? But he wasn't as great a guy as Tim Tebow. So his lack of football playing ability and his just mediocre being a good guy, he never got on the field.
Here,
You know what I'm saying, Robbie?
please. Leroy, please. It's not that deep. All Tobin is saying is it shows good initiative by Tua and good leadership traits. You're going into a bunch of stuff that can't be talked about for months. Just take it for what it is, bro. She's. See, here's where you guys are wrong.
Just take it for what it is, bruh.
Here's where you guys are wrong. Okay? I get everything you're saying. But I have to hone him down, and I have to be this way. Otherwise, he'll keep going. He won't stop at just that. He'll keep going, and it'll keep meaning more, and it'll keep meaning more. Till by the end of next week, Tua's going to win the MVP and Rookie of the Year without even knowing if he's going to play. And all I have to do is with all these conversations, it's not being negative Nancy. It's not being Debbie Downer. It's the same thing with Canes fans, right?
Oh, no.
Dude,
Don't put this in the
keep
same
it
level.
real.
Don't put this to the same level of Canes fans. Don't do that. This isn't winning the Coastal.
Oh, hold on. No. What I'm saying to you is, before last year started, right? What everybody was talking this team was going to be. And I was like, hold on, they haven't played a game yet. Hold on. Manny Diaz, calm down. Don't fall into the hype. The players still got to play.
Let me
It's
tell you
all
this.
I said the whole time, and I was considered Debbie Downer.
Let me tell you this. You can root for Tua Tagovailoa, and you could go watch the Dolphins win a bunch of divisions, or you can tell me to be patient, all right, and watch Tua Tagovailoa kick your team's ass and Ryan Fitzpatrick for the rest of his career.
Stupid text because it was your picture was blocking me. Let me read this again, and I can see the number and say he don't listen that much. Tobin, please stop fighting with that Debbie Downer bum of Leroy. The poor guy leaves in Michigan and Cleveland. Got a field guy. He's always wanted to show his NFL card. He thinks he knows more football. Really? Me saying I'm not going to pass judgment until I see the guy play means I know more football? Oh, my God. Hey,
What's up, Dolphin
Yo, stop.
fans? Tua Tagovailoa here.
Oh,
I'm
my
so
guy.
excited to be a Dolphin. Please stay home and stay safe, and I will see you all very soon. Fins up.
That's what I'm talking about.
really? Man. You know what? That probably bothers me more than you.
What?
Because the one thing I avoid more than anything is throwing the I played football in your face.
I know.
Yeah, I
That's why-
hate that more than
that's-
anything.
That's why I know it drives you crazy.
Like, it's the worst. Like, anybody to say, oh, because no, man. Like,
You know what
first
you
of
are
all,
right now?
The butterfly, when it's a caterpillar and it's coming out of the cocoon, it's got to fight its way out.
You know what you are right now?
you guys thought that meant you were going to win 12 games.
We're a couple of wrestlers right now, you and me, right?
No, we're not.
We're a couple of wrestlers.
I'm about to hit you over the head with this chair. That's
We're a couple of wrestlers, and all I'm doing right now is let's just say we're in Seattle, and all I got to go out, I got to wear the Seattle Sonics Supersonics jersey and be like, "What's up, Seattle?" And like, ah, and then you come out, you're like, "But you guys don't have a basketball team." Boo! You get that cheap heat, I take that cheap pop.
I'm like, so man, it's the funniest thing in the world because you touch all the buttons, right? Turn on the little music, get it going, and I just make one comment as a realist, and that means I'm a hater. Yeah, right.
Boo! But what if he's not ready to play this year? Shut up!
Wait, 5 months ago you said you didn't want him to play this year.
I know, but what if he's better? Ugh. Then the other poll out there, Tua Tagovailoa is texting his teammates. He's already letting you know, hey, I love you guys. I'm Tua. Good to meet you. So is Tua going to take the locker room from Ryan Fitzpatrick by training camp, just being a nice guy? And you can vote now at Brennan_Tobin. Right now, 56% of the audience, Leroy, says no, he will not.
Right. You know why? Because you know how you win a locker room? You play. Because there's people who've been terrible teammates, but they ball and they have the locker room.
I don't know, though. Like, this is one of those things where Ryan Fitzpatrick, one of his great accolades is his locker room savvy.
But also, if he was over, that savvy wouldn't be as great. I'm telling you. Dude, you can't be a good locker room guy and be getting your ass kicked every week.
Who does DeVante Parker align himself with? Because Fitzpatrick helped him have his best year, but Tua is going to be his quarterback for the next, 7 years.
The guy who can throw it the farthest.
The farthest or the best?
One and the same.
Who do you think has a bigger hose?
Tua is younger.
Oh, so you think Fitzpatrick, he's got that old man arm?
Yeah, same thing with Drew Brees and Brady. They're all starting to look like Peyton Manning did when he got to Denver.
I'm just wondering, like, what happens that first day where we get the bill is due on Fitzpatrick? Like, what happens?
we all know. Like
what happens? What happens when that first day? What happens when that 4 interception game from Ryan Fitzpatrick comes against the Bills, and we're all just like, well.
Now, let me ask you this. You think it helps that he now has Chan Gailey, a guy who he had some of his best years with and didn't throw a bunch of picks?
No. No.
The
Fitzpatrick is a yin and yang. It giveth, it taketh. It giveth, it taketh.
Okay, but winning 5 games, you thinking that was a good year?
For this team? Where they didn't know the linemen were going to be week to week?
For him.
Yeah, I think it was a good year for him. You don't think it was a good year for him?
What was his final numbers?
All right, let me get it. Fine, Fitzpatrick, final numbers. He led the team in rushing. We know that. Crazy. 20 touchdowns and 13 interceptions.
That's normal. He just didn't have the one bit bad game. That's normal. That's regular Fitzpatrick. That's average Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, but you don't think there's going to be a day, a time in there where there's going to be like a 24 and 23? He had that under Chan Gailey too.
I mean, okay. But 20 and 13, that's not, I mean, that's right. That's in Fitzpatrick's zone. He hasn't, put it this way, he didn't exceed anything that he would normally does.
No,
Okay.
but the team exceeded expectations.
Correct. So
And it was looked upon like
if you're chalking this to a Ryan Fitzpatrick had above average year, I'm gonna say he didn't.
I think most people would, but with the talent that he did, most people would say that he did.
Okay,
With the
but
line,
still-
they've completely replaced the offensive line. They didn't have a running game. Remind you, they didn't have a running game. He was the
Correct.
running game.
Right. No. Agree with all that. I'm saying, as far as Ryan Fitzpatrick numbers, because he's played on some bad teams, I would say his numbers are average. Like here, worthy of being a starting quarterback in the NFL. That's it.
Yeah, but he for the most part in his career, he's been average. Like, he's an average quarterback.
Well, here's the thing with Ryan Fitzpatrick. He has the ability to have one of those games or two of those games a year where you go, holy smokes.
He's the best quarterback on the planet. In 2018 for the Bucks, for the first 4 weeks, he was the best quarterback on the planet.
Okay, an average quarterback can never do that.
Really?
Yeah. An average quarterback can't go out and do what he did in the beginning of 2018. I'm not saying that
so slightly
he's
above
anything
average
other than what he is, but I am saying that those numbers last year were par for the course for him.
Yeah, and I would say though, but they were par for the course, even dealing with a very underwhelming deck. Like he didn't have an offensive line where he was getting new guys every single week. He had no running game. Yeah, DeVante Parker had a breakout year. That was 1+ for him.
Here's how you can look at that. And here's how you look at numbers like that. If I give him a lot better talent, he'll have same or similar numbers.
Somebody says,
and that's how you judge. That's how you judge Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Somebody says
that he's going to have his numbers regardless.
Somebody says if it wasn't for Fitzpatrick, Parker wouldn't have become a Pro Bowler last year. I think that's fair.
Throw to the guy that's catching the ball. There's a interesting theory.
Yeah, but would he have been able to do that with Rosen as the starter all year? I don't know. It's a good question.
I don't know because I will say this: all quarterbacks have favorites, and usually that favorite is the guy that's going to fight for the ball, get open, and if he makes a bad throw, either come up with it or not get it picked.
What week did Preston Williams get hurt, Robbie? Do you remember?
It was late in the season. I want to say actually
10,
probably
week 10?
9 or 10.
Because that was obviously a big that's also a big thing for him is the options were even dwindling at that point too.
Right.
Because Preston Williams just have a nice little start to the season.
Here's what I'll say. Ryan Fitzpatrick is consistent at that. Is that at about 20, 13, 20 and 15, 25 and 16. He's going to have those kind of numbers, which would warrant, right? Which would warrant him having a job, maybe even a starter in the NFL. But you're going to need a lot of talent around him if you're going to do anything.
Preston Williams played 8 games last year.
8. Okay.
So he only got half a season.
Somebody said Fitzpatrick takes Cowboys to an NFC Championship game.
Oh man, really? You think that? No.
That's right. I'm just saying, like, see, there's 32 quarterbacks in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
20 of them are looking for. 20 of them can say, maybe 20, a little bit more now, can say we have a quarterback. The other 10 to 12 teams are scrambling. And if you haven't found your guy and you have a decent team, Ryan Fitzpatrick, I keep screwing up, Ryan Fitzpatrick could be your
Ryan
quarterback.
Tannehill so much.
Do you find it fascinating that after Preston Williams got hurt, that's exactly where DeVante Parker's season picked up?
Right. Yeah.
Because before that, he had a 70-yard game against the Chargers. He had 75 against the 59-10 loss to Baltimore. I don't really know what you want to count with that. But he really once Preston Williams got hurt, he had a 135-yard game against Buffalo, 160-yard game against Philadelphia, 111 against Cincinnati, 137 against the Patriots. So when he was the only go-to guy there, and if the team started playing a lot better, I don't know what you want to do, chicken and egg kind of thing there, but when the option
one has to do with the other. Think about this: how many times have we seen a running back hit the scene because all the other running backs get hurt? Sometimes it's about opportunity. If he wasn't getting the opportunities early in the year because Fitzpatrick had other options, then that's not a knock on DeVante. What is great about that is he stepped up and became that guy. And I think that's more what everybody was looking for is that, hey, can DeVante Parker be that number one guy?
Right.
And when he had to be, he was.
But you would say they're kind of like Preston and DeVante are kind of similar guys, aren't they? Like go get it guys. Like Preston's not a burner.
No, because Preston's doing it from the middle of the field. He's not really out there. Like you're not throwing a ball up to Preston Wilson. You're throwing it up to DeVante. You're saying, hey, your catch radius is greater than any guys on this team. If you show me that you're going to fight for the ball and you show me that you're the only one that's going to catch it, I'm going to throw it up to you.
Yeah, but Preston's like that was because Preston was such a big red zone threat last year. Like that was where kind of everybody kind of sparked on him early on in the end. Now, mind you, they were a terrible team.
Yeah.
So
guess what?
It's all relative.
Guess what? How about Gesicki? His game picked up too.
Gesicki picked up. I mean, but DeVante was a crazy. DeVante Parker was what everybody was hoping he was going to be forever in his career.
Right. And it could very well be because the type of offense that you were running took him out of it. And now that he's shown that, hey, I need to be more of a focal point of this offense, the offense will change a little bit. I do believe that. I think they're going to get away from that, quick pass, that little run pass option type stuff, the little quick slants and stuff like that. And they're going to go, look, we got a better offensive line. Let's drop our quarterback back, have him read some things, and DeVante Parker go do your thing.
So it's not. You don't think it's gonna like? Let's say like Preston Williams.
How big is Preston? How big is
6'5"? He's a big dude.
6'5". Okay.
Yeah, he's big. He's big, but he was like I know he had all the stuff that kind of made him fall, character stuff that kind of like made him fall out of the draft.
Right.
So there was that, but
we're looking. You're thinking of like. Are we saying Preston Wilson's more like Brandon Marshall?
Yeah.
Right.
But I kind of put DeVante. I think is maybe a little bit more explosive.
No, he is. He's a little faster, a little more explosive, and Preston Wilson will be your more your guy you can count on. If it's 3rd and 5, he's going to be able to go and get open and be big and make those plays there.
Yeah, Preston Wilson was a 30 guy, explosive. Hits that hanging curve, bang it out.
Jeez.
We'll be back with more after this.